In this edition of City News, find out how one machine is helping solve crime more effectively. Plus, we'll show you where local citizens can pick up books. These stories and much more coming up on City News. Hello and welcome to City News. I'm Kayla Moeller. The Hawthorne Police Department is constantly working to be the best. Being a small organization hasn't stopped them from getting the best equipment to get the job done quickly and effectively. Jennifer Murillo visited the forensic lab to see a mock demonstration of the new tool.
The Hawthorne PD's forensic staff have a new piece of equipment to process evidence. This new state-of-the-art Foster and Freeman MVC 1000 is one of a few in the field. HPD was lucky to be able to add it to the forensic lab in February of this year.
This chamber here, it uses cyanoacrylate, or commonly known as super glue, to reveal those fingerprints on semi-porous or non-porous surfaces such as like your glass, your plastic, your metals.
The chamber takes about 30 minutes to process evidence and is a lot smaller and cleaner than the previous chambers.
It's much more effective in the sense that it gives us consistent results. We always know that because everything is monitored, that we're going to get the same results each time.
It's an automated version of the conventional superglue tank or chambers that they previously used and may be seen at many other labs.
Our older chambers were just cabinets in a wall that consisted of like a hot plate and a red cup of water. So this new upgraded machine, everything is regulated for us. So the super glue is monitored, the water is monitored. We also have a purge cycle. So this is a one-step instrument.
Having a forensic lab and equipment such as this helps in more ways than one.
We process our own evidence. So the turnaround time for casework and evidence processing, it goes a lot faster, especially since we're all in the same building. So things aren't being transported up and down and across the way. Like we go to the case, we go to the crime scene, bring back the evidence, we work our own cases.
Last year, HPD's forensic staff was able to process 675 items of evidence. With this upgraded instrument, they hope to be able to better serve the community and continue to do their jobs to the best of their ability. For HCTV, I'm Jennifer Murillo.
Additionally, with COVID restrictions lessening, the HPD is getting out to connect with the community. The Hawthorne Police Department mobile unit was recently at Hawthorne Memorial Park, where officers greeted and engaged in conversation with citizens.
We want to show people that we're out here, that we have additional resources, and we want to introduce ourselves, kind of getting back into the community as COVID starts to, as we start to reopen up the city.
For the latest on the police department and to see what they're up to, you can visit their Instagram page by searching @HawthornePolice or by visiting their website, www.hawthornepolice.com. The Hawthorne Library will be closed through late summer 2021 due to undergoing renovations and improvements. Book drop will also be unavailable. For other library locations near you, please visit lacountylibrary.org. There's a new place where everyone has access to grab something to read. Tony Long Jr. has the details.
There's a new addition to the Richstone Family Center, a new community library.
Well, this is a place where there's a lot of children coming and going, and it's in a neighborhood where there's a lot of adults as well. And this is what I would call a book desert. There aren't enough books around for the people to read.
This is one of 25 libraries being built in the Los Angeles area.
It's been one of the most gratifying projects I've ever done, because whenever we put one in, immediately there's children there taking books out, there's adults taking books out, there's people dropping books off and bringing them books. So it becomes a center for the community.
Alicio and Amir enjoyed themselves while putting in hard work, making space for the library.
It was fun, but the most fun part was when you try squishing it in. It's kind of hard, but yeah, it's fun. That's the most part. It's supposed to be fun, but not boring.
It's fun because you have to dig dirt, and it's like you're doing something for the people.
Rotary Club of Downtown Los Angeles member Peter Laddie states that Hawthorne LAX Lennox Rotary Club helped sponsor this community library. For HCTV, this is Tony Long Jr.
The newly installed library can be found in front of Richstone Family Center, located at 13634 Corderi Avenue. Coming up next on City News, we'll update you on the progress of a local landmark. There's more news ahead. We'll be right back. Welcome back. I'm here today with Therese Funk, the co-founder and executive director of Counseling Partners of Los Angeles. The organization has counselors go to many schools around Los Angeles, including St. Joseph's here in Hawthorne, to help kids combat mental health issues. So Therese, tell me, what is ultimately your goal for these kids?
I think that the true goal for me for these kids is that they go on to become healthy, happy, high-functioning adults who chase and achieve their dreams. And we are just a small part of it, where we are able to meet with them and talk to them, process their feelings, maybe the things that have happened to them, things that are happening to them now, and help them develop coping skills and strategies, and hope for the future so that all can happen for them.
That's great. And what is the importance of mental health, especially for these young minds?
Well, if people have emotional mental wellness, they can be more resilient. They can face more obstacles with greater ease. They can believe in themselves. They can recover from, hits or obstacles. And what's really important for mental health for young people, especially students, is there's an amazing, strong correlation between emotional wellness and academic achievement. Imagine being a student who's just ruminating or worrying about things during class, worrying about their parents and fighting, or who they are, or what's going on in their lives. How can they function? How can they focus at school? How can they care about school? How can they even think that there is a future, because they're so mired in the issues and challenges of the present? So having that available to young people takes a burden off them. It helps them believe that there is a bright future for them, and gives them a space and place to put those feelings and worries, so then they can go back and focus on what their job is, which is to go to school and learn and build their part of what a bright future can be.
Okay, so tell me, how much of an impact societal events like a global pandemic can have on children and just really people in general?
Well, it's just yet another horrible disaster that befalls them. There's actually some research, that is very powerful research, called ACEs, Adverse Childhood Experiences, and they track things like that, like a global pandemic or gangs or a tsunami even in people's lives, and how they impact them. And the global pandemic is going to be eventually listed as one of those. They're going to be something that everyone remembers where they were and what happened. But what it did was it took away for the children, especially, all the social, emotional connections and ability to learn those for a very long time, at a very critical time in children's lives. And in addition, it put amazing, terrible pressure on their parents and caregivers, because those people were then forced to become teachers and caregivers and shortchanged at their own jobs or their own ability to make a living. So everyone was stretched thin, and the social isolation, we have discovered, is going to be a huge lasting problem for the young people. And then on top of that, the re-entry is being considered a huge issue, because children have now adapted and gotten used to the life of isolation. And then that re-entry for many children, even though it might be what they want and what they're hoping for, is still a challenge and a whole different set of complications.
And my final question for you is, what are your counselors looking for? Maybe behaviorally, or what are they looking for in these kids? And also, specifically, what are they doing about it?
I think I love this phrase when I meet, interview, and train new counselors. I talk about empathic curiosity. So what I'm looking for in a counselor is the ability to be empathically curious. And what that means they're looking for in the children is to build a connection with them, create a safe space with them, so the children will share with them how they're feeling, what their worries are, also what their dreams are. And then with that knowledge, the counselor can help the student with those issues and things. So what we're looking for we're looking for from the child is being able to be the safe place so that they can share. In terms of what we're looking for in kids that we're worried about, is any child who has a change in behavior, who's suddenly angry, who's suddenly withdrawn, whose grades have dropped dramatically. We count a lot because we're school-based. It's an amazing collaborative community. Our teachers and even our administrators share with us changes or worries they have. And what we really strive for is that our parents would be willing to tell us that they're worried about a child and refer a child. And what I often am most proud of is when a student themselves says, you know, I would like to speak to the counselor because I have some worries. So part of what we look for is what we hope for, which is the collaborative school environment, which is so powerful, will help us identify those students.
Therese, thank you so much for being here with us today. You guys are doing some great work. It was really nice speaking with you and learning what it is you guys are doing for kids around Los Angeles. If you're interested in more information, you can visit their website at www.counselingpartnersofla.org. Jennifer Murillo has some information for this upcoming school year.
Attention all 8th graders. The Centinela Valley Union High School District has enrollment currently open to secure a space in programs and the academy of your choice. Spaces fill up fast, so don't miss out on getting the most out of your high school education. To enroll, go to www.cvuhsd.org/enrollment.
Additionally, there is an athletic facilities project coming soon that will provide students with brand new fields and facilities. There's a new look at a local school. Reporter Tony Long Jr. has more.
When students eventually step back onto the campus at Leuzinger High School, they will experience the new main building.
This building here has been under construction since last October, and we are in the process of just pretty much modernizing and renovating this entire building.
The renovations will feature many new amenities for the students.
We are adding 13 new classrooms. In addition to that, we're going to have a brand new state-of-the-art media center along with offices for our office staff.
Additional study space has been included in the remodel.
This is our computer lab. We have our media center on the first floor, but this computer lab is on the second floor of this building. And this computer lab will be available to our students and our teachers as well.
The purpose of the renovation is to set students up for academic success.
The district just wanted to make sure that our students have access to all the resources that they need in order to be successful in the classroom.
Leuzinger High School principal Dr. Howard Hull says that the main building is expected to be completed in late July or early August. For HCTV, this is Tony Long Jr.
For more information, you can visit the school's website at www.leuzinger.org. This salsa is turning heads and touching hearts. I attended an event called Salsa for a Cause. Salsa dancing, salsa and chips, and salsa for a cause. One local woman is bringing the community together to make a difference, and it all started with her homemade salsa.
I didn't realize how great it was until people started demanding it from me.
Samantha's salsa quickly became popular among family and friends, and she realized she could do something with it. She wanted to help her diabetic niece.
It got really overwhelming with my niece, with her having diabetes. She's 14 now. So I jumped in to just help her raise the funds.
Now, Salsa Luchadora is canned and sold, and a portion of the proceeds goes to the Junior Diabetes Relief Fund.
I kind of, thought, you know what, people want to throw money at me. I should use this for something else. It was just one of the things is like, well, if you want to give me money, that's fine, but you know what, I'm gonna put it towards this cause because, why not?
Being a female small business owner, Samantha wanted to come up with a way to connect with her community and other small businesses.
There's so much to give and there's so much to gain that there's nothing that we can ever take away from other people or other businesses, So the best thing we could do is really support each other, help each other out.
She held a free event at Moshi Moshi Mambo, the restaurant where she now sells her salsa. The event had women-owned small business vendors and live music.
It's such a blessing to see everybody out and just the joy, you literally feel it in your heart. Like, you see me dancing, I can't stop. I'm just so happy to be here and see everybody here.
This is a great thing for Hawthorne, where people are coming and supporting small local businesses here in the city of Hawthorne. Music in the background, you see the arts and crafts, clothes, different type of food. So everybody's able to just take advantage of this great event.
100% of the salsa sales from the event are going to the Junior Diabetes Relief Fund, and the participating vendors gave a donation as well. If you're interested in purchasing the salsa, you can visit their Instagram page at Salsa Luchadora. That does it for this edition of City News. Thank you for watching. If you have any story ideas, please call us at 310-349-1630 or email us at hctv@hawthorneca.gov. Don't forget, you can always watch City News online on YouTube by searching Hawthorne Community Television. We'll leave you now with more footage from the Salsa for a Cause event. We'll see you next time.